Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see use cases of array methods. Okay, so I have few use cases which we are going to go through today in this video and see how we can resolve it and how we can get the output of it. Okay, so if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's jump into the video. Yes. So, few videos back, we have saw like what are the array methods and few of the array methods we saw. Okay. So, in this video, with the help of some use cases, we are going to see a few more array methods. Okay. So, this is the use case number one, and which is like sort a number of array in ascending order. Okay. So, let's see how we can do that. Okay, using the array method. Okay. So, let me say let result equal to, and you can see array we have 2 4 6 8 1 3 9 7. Okay, this way, and it should do the ascending order. So let's see how we can do. So let result equal to, we'll say numbers dot sort. Okay, this is the only thing we'll say, and we'll print the result and we'll see what exactly the result will be. So let's expand it little here and let's do node 38. Okay, now you see we can get it 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9. Okay, we are getting in the ascending order. Okay, so let's clear this, and this is the first use case, and using the sort array method we can perform ascending operation on a number of array. Okay. Yes. So the second use case we have sort a number of array in descending order. Okay. Earlier we have did is as ascending order. Now we have to do the descending order. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. So let me create a result variable, and in that we are going to store it. Okay. The array is similar to the last one, and we have to do the reverse of it, the descending order. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. So first we have to do numbers dot sort only. Okay, so sort only, but we have to say that it should be a descending order. Okay, so what exactly we have to do is sort will accept a callback function as well. Okay, so how we do with the map and for each, the same way we can do it here. Okay, so the arrow we can create, and inside this it will have the two values, a comma b. Okay, so whatever you say, I'll say a comma b right now, and here what you can do is b minus a. Okay, so you can do so with the help of this particular method here, with this code, line of code, it will going to make this array descending order. Okay, so let's see how it will going to be there. Okay, so let me console the result. Let's run the file, and we can see 98764321. Okay, and you might have a question, if I do a minus b, what will happen? Okay, because earlier we are not doing anything for the ascending order, right? So now you see, if I do a minus b, it will show you ascending. Okay, if I do b minus a, it will show us descending order. Okay, so this is how we can do the sorting of a array. Okay, with the ascending and descending using the sort array method. Okay. Yes. So the third use case we have is sort an array of object in ascending order with respect to the username. Okay, so let's see, the array of object we have is users. Okay, and here you can see we have this array of object ID, username, and phone number we have for the all the users. Okay, and you can see it is not ascending order. Okay, S we have first, then Tony we have T, and then Bruce B. Okay, so this is how we have. Okay, so now we have to sort this. Okay, let's see how we can sort this. So first I'll create result here and equal to users dot sort. Okay, this is the first thing we have to do. Then we have to, as we know that with respect to username we have to do, so we have to have a callback function, a comma b. Okay, and here I can use this like arrow and then curly braces. Okay, so the curly braces is optional. Okay, if you want to use curly braces, that you can use, or if you want to use in a one line only, you can do that. If you use curly braces, the mandatory thing is to be have return. Inside the return you have to write it. Okay, but we can use without that as well. So let's do this, and I'm hoping that you guys know what is ternary operator is. Okay, so ternary operator will have it something like this. Okay, so it will have a condition first, and then question mark, and then here we'll have the if block. Okay, So we'll not going to write if block, but it will be like this, okay, else block, okay. So this is how it will be. So condition will give it first. If it is true, the if block will going to run. If the it's false, it will going to run this last block, okay, after the colon, okay. So that we can use it here. So let's see what exactly I'm telling you about the ternary operator and why we need that, okay. So as we know that we have to sort by username, the array of objects. So we have taken a comma b, and here what we can do is a dot username greater than b dot username, okay. This we can write it, and then we what we have to do is we have to use ternary operator, question mark 1 and colon minus 1. So this pattern we have to give in order to get the ascending order of a array of object, okay. So what we did is we have used user dot sort, and we have a callback function, a comma b parameters we are taking, and we are checking which one is bigger than this, okay. So internally it will calculate and it will tell us what is the first or the ascending text we have, and based on that we are returning 1 and minus 1, okay. With respect to this, it will going to sort the array, okay. Let's print the result here, and let's run this file, okay. So let me clear this, and let's run node 38, and now you see we got the Bruce, Steve and Tony. Okay, so this is the format we got it, and this is the code we have, okay. Let me just minimize this, and you see this is the one which we have used to do that, okay. And it's not about only username, you can use phone number or ID in this way, and you can get the output in ascending order, okay. So let me clear this, okay. Now let's go to the use case 4. Yes. So the use case 4, we can see sort an array of object in descending order based on username. So we have to do the descending order now. Okay. So the same array we have, same format as we have earlier. Now let's do the sorting for descending in this. Okay. So result equal to, we can use users dot sort first. And inside that we'll have a callback. Okay. So this is the callback which will have a comma b as the parameters. Okay. Now, same thing applies to the descending order. The only thing is the position of the 1 and minus 1 will going to change. Okay. So earlier you see this, we have 1 here and minus 1 here. So if we replace these two, here minus 1 and here 1, it will make it descending order. Okay. So let's do that. So a dot username greater than b dot username, then question mark minus 1 and colon 1, okay. So this is the thing we have to write in order to get it in a descending order. Let me show you the whole thing to you. This is how it looks, and let's print the result in the bottom, okay. And let's run this to see how exactly it is working, okay. Node 38 and run. Now you see, okay, so this a is there, that's why the problem is, okay. Now let me run it again. Now you see we got the Tony, Steve and then Bruce, okay. So this is the descending we have done for the array of object using the username, okay, and using the sort method, okay. Yes. So we can see the use case now. The fifth use case, we have update a array using filter criteria. Filter criteria here we are saying that with respect to this. Okay, suppose we have this usernames. Okay, we have, and here what I want is Bruce and Steve we have. Okay, so the filter criteria is like this. If we have a Steve name inside our array, we have to replace it to something else. Okay, so that we have to do it now. So it means we have to update a array. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Okay, so it's simple. We have to use the map method in order to do that, and this is a very complex use case. Okay, here we have a very simple example to understand it, but later on it will be a very complex thing if you want to update a array. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So let me say let result first equal to user names. Okay, so dot map I'll do. Okay, so if I do map, we'll have a callback function here. This is how it will look like, and here I can take value. Okay, so if I log this value, we'll get the value, whatever values we are getting it here, right? That we are going to get. And you see, whenever we use map method, we know that we have to return something. Okay, so what we have to return, we'll do it here. Okay, So what here I'll do is I'll say return, and or instead of return, right, I'll give to write a if condition. Okay, the value it triple equal to Steve. Okay, so is it Steve or not, I want to check. Okay, so that's the thing I'm doing, else I don't want to do anything. Okay, in that case you write a return as value. Okay, so if the value is not matching to the Steve value, I just want to return the value. I don't want to do anything with that value. Okay, but if the value is Steve, that time I want to return as Tony. Okay, suppose Tony I want to return. So now with this logic, what it will going to do is whenever there is a Steve name coming up, it will going to replace the value with the Tony. Okay, so that's how it will going to do it. So now let's print the result, and let's see how exactly is it going to update it or not. Let's check that. Okay, so let's say 38, enter. Now you see in the console that we have Bruce and we have Tony. So it means this logic works. Okay, so whenever the value matches to this, I am returning Tony as the value. So what it will do is whatever value is there, it will going to replace the value with the new name which I am providing here. Okay, that's how this will going to work. So this we can simplify using the ternary operator. So let's see how we can do that. So I'll just comment down inside this, and here I'll going to write a return condition. Okay, so here I'll say value. The first thing condition will have, no, so condition, let's write the condition which is Steve, and then whenever the condition matches, I want to have a Tony, or okay, so whenever the condition matches, I want to say I want to replace it with Tony, and if not, I will say only value. Okay, so nothing else I want to do. So this is the single line enough to do the same thing what we have did with the if else condition. Okay, so let's run this again, and now you see the same result we are getting. Okay, so this is how we can update a value with a filter criteria using the map method. Okay. Yes. So the use case, sixth use case we can see, which is like update a array of object using the filter. Okay, array of objects using the filter criteria. Okay, so the filter criteria we can take is like this. Okay, so wherever we find username as Tony, we have to replace the phone number with 0000. Okay, so that we have to do it now. So with the map method, again we have to use to do that. Okay, it will be the same thing, just that we have a objects instead of a direct element. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Okay, so let's say let result equal to users dot map, I'll say, and we know that there will be a callback. We have to have it callback here, and we can use one liner as well, but I will going to show in a written format. Okay, that's why so let's say value will have here. Okay, so if I hover over the value, you can see it's a object. Okay, here ID, username, phone number we have, and the filter criteria will be if value dot username triple equal to Tony. Okay, that time I want to change the number. Okay, okay, and else I don't want to do anything with that. Okay, so I'll say return value here. Okay, but here you see what we have to return it. Okay, so return, if I say number, okay, directly 0000, it what it will going to do is it will going to replace the object with 00 number. Okay, so that will not going to work. So what exactly we have to do is we have to have the value whatever inside this, right? So see, Tony is there, ID, username I don't want to change it, only the phone number I want to change it whenever this condition matches. So I want to do this way. Okay, so the curly braces we need to have, and we need to use a spread operator for the values. Okay, so if I use this, what I'm saying here is whatever is there inside that object, this object value object, I want to take all, but I'll have a comma, and here I'll say phone number 000. Okay, this way, and it's saying okay, let's say 0. Yes, okay, so only 0 I want to do. Okay, so now you see this is how we will do. So basically what I'm saying, we have to understand it better. Okay, so what exactly I'm doing is value dot username, whenever the username is Tony, I want to change the phone number, but I don't want to change the other values which is there here. Okay, so that's why what I'm doing here is I'm using this curly braces, and I'm using the spread operator for value to spread everything inside this object. But what I am doing again is I am having a comma and I am saying phone number to be 0. Okay, so in this condition what will happen is we'll get the id and the username exactly same because we are using spread operator, but the only change will be there with the phone number. That's the only thing will going to happen with this. Okay, so hope you understand this process. Let's console the result and let's see is that happening or not. Okay, so let me print this 38. Now you see 0 1 1 is our id, username is Tony, and we can see phone number as 0. Okay, so this is how exactly we can update a array of object. Yes. So the seventh use case we have how to remove a array element using a filter criteria. Okay. So with respect to the filter criteria, I want to remove a item from the users list. Okay. So that we can achieve using the filter. Okay. And we have to have a filter criteria as well. Filter method we are using with the respect to the filter criteria. So let's see how we can do that. So let's say let result equal to users dot filter I'll going to use, and we know that it will have a callback as well. So let's say this one and I'll say value here. Okay, so here whenever value is triple equal to Bruce. Okay, let's say Bruce. Whenever the value is Bruce, I want to remove that item from the array. Okay, so if I do this, what it will going to do, if like triple equal to is there, right? So it will going to filter the array, whatever is there names elements with respect to Bruce, it will going to return that array. Okay, but we don't want that. If it is a Bruce, we don't want that. So we have to say not equal to. Okay, not equal to Bruce. So what it will going to do is it will going to ignore this value and take the other values. Okay, so let's see this. So let's console and let's say result, and let me run this file again so we can see the output here. See, Steve and Tony only we are getting. So if I console it here, so you can see all the users as well. So let me do this and let's run this again. Now you see the first thing we see Bruce, Steve, Tony, but we got only Steve and Tony because we have this filter here. Okay, so filter is this and filter criteria is Bruce. Okay, so if Bruce is there, we don't want to take it, we want to remove it from the array. So this is how we are removing from the array. But again, the thing we have to understand is it is not removed from the actual array. Okay, so if I console it after the result as well, we should be able to see the same result. Okay, the users will not going to change it here. So when the users will going to change, if I do this, okay, so let me remove this console, and here instead of result I'll say users. Okay, so it just reinitializing the value. Okay, so users, and let's do run again. Now you see Steve and Tony. Okay, so I'm just reinitializing the value. Okay, that's the only change I did here. Okay, so yeah, this is about the seventh use case. Yes. So the use case 8 we have how to remove duplicates from an array. This is a very important thing. Okay. So you can see we have an array and it has duplicates as 4, 4, 3 and 3. And this is all, like 5 also we have that duplicate. So we are going to use array methods to remove the duplicates. Okay. So two array methods we are going to use. The first is filter, second is the index of. Okay, we with respect to the index we are going to find out. Let's see how we can do. So I'll create result first, and inside that I'll say numbers dot filter, and as we know that filter will have the callback, so I'll say value, and I'll use curly braces because I want to use the return now. That's why I'm using curly braces. Okay, so if I just do console.log value and print it here 38, now you see all the values we are getting it. Okay, but I want to show you a proper thing how exactly we are going. But before this, let me show you one more thing. Okay, so as I said, index of we are going to use. So how exactly we can use is numbers dot index of and then value. Okay, so what index of will going to do is whatever value you will going to provide, it will going to return the index of that. Okay, so let me console it so we can see it properly here. Okay, node 38. Now you see we are getting all the index values here. Okay, but I'll going to show you the catch here. Okay, what is the catch? But before that, let me console this properly. I'll say value here, curly braces value, and I want the index of the each value. Okay, so how we can get the indexes? Here in the callback we can have one more parameter as index that will provide us the index number of a array element. Okay, so here I'll say index, and then this index I'll going to provide, then comma index of value, that also we have to provide it here. So I'll say numbers dot index of and then value. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm just printing the values and their indexes, and I'm trying to find the index as well to show you what will be the output will be and what scenario we're going to get in which way we can find it the duplicates. Okay, so that I want to show you first. Now let me run this file node 38 and let me zoom in so that we can see it properly. Now you see the value for first one, you see the index of that is 0, and if I try to find the index of that, it's showing 0. Okay, so let's see where is the one more 4 we have. 4 we have here. Okay, the value is 4 with respect to the array, the index is 4, but if I try to find the index of, it's saying 0. There is a catch, right? So wherever it's saying the common values, right? So if it is 0 index, the only value we're going to be take it is the 0. Okay, that's the value we have to take, the index 0 value, because on index 4 we have a duplicate value. So this is how we are understanding it. Whenever you do with the index of, it will going to tell you the where exactly the first value is, and the first value only we are going to take it. Okay, so that's how it will be. And you see with respect to 3, the index is 1, and here also index is 1, but again if I show you this index, the value 3, it's saying index is 6, but again if I try to find out, it's saying index of 1. So this is the actual criteria. Okay, so with respect to this we can find it very easily. So let me clear this console and let's go back to the logic. I'll put this comment here only so you can refer that, and later on you can use that. Here we have to use return, and I'll say numbers dot index of value, and whenever this value is equal to the index number. Okay, so this index, whatever I'm trying to find with the value, and this index should be equal, then only I want to filter it, or else I don't want to do anything. Okay, because I'm filtering it, right? So now let's print the result. Okay, let's see what exactly the output will be going to be get. Okay, so let's say node 38 and run. Now you see we are getting it short, like very few values. So let's see, is it sorting the values? So the first thing, 4 we got it first time, 4 got it, 3 we got it, 6 we got it, 72 also we got it, then we have 4. So after 72 there is no 4, means it is removed that 4. Okay, that duplicate is removed. Then we have 5, 5 we got it, then we have 3, but as it is already has taken, we are not going to get it because it's a duplicate, so it is removed. Then we have 2, 2 we got it. After 2 you can see we have 5 here, but we don't get it 5 because the duplicate we are going to remove, because 5 is already been taken. So that's why this 5 is removed. And then 6, 6 also is already there above, so it will also remove. And then lastly 9. So we are successfully removing the duplicate using the filter and index of method. Okay, yes. So the last use case we have is get the sum of amount from an array of objects. So you can see we have a new users array here, and you can see elements array of objects we have, where id, username and amount we can see for all of the users. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to get the amount. Okay, so the total amount we have to get, the sum we have to get in this use case. So there are ways to do it. Okay, the first way, let's see, way first way we have is a for loop. Okay, using the for loop we can get it. So let me say, let's create a sum variable. Okay, and I'll assign value as 0. Then let's say for loop let count equal to 0, because it will start from 0, and less than the new users dot length. Okay, so that till that length it will going to run. Then we'll have count plus plus for the increment. Okay, then here what I'll do is I'll say sum plus or equal to. Okay, so if we know, if I use plus or equal to, it means sum equal to sum plus 1. Okay, so if I write 1 here, so that what it means. Okay, so this is how it means. Okay, but this I don't want to use it. One, I don't want to use it. I want to use the new users of count. Okay, so this is how we are accessing the each element, but I want to have the amount only. So dot amount. So now with respect to this, what it will going to do is it will going to return as the sum of the array of element. Okay, let's run this and let me clear the console as well. Let's have it here till here so we can see the output. So I'll say node 38, and now you see we are getting 290 as the value. You can sum this value. We have 100 and 120, which makes 320, and sorry 220 and 70 290. Okay, so this is how we are getting 290 as the total value. Okay, so this is the first way of doing it. So let's comment down and let's see the second way of doing it. Second way, using for loop, sorry, for each method. Okay, that's an array method we have. Okay, so here as well the same thing. Sum will create 0, and I'll say new users dot for each, and inside that we'll have a callback method, we know that, and we'll get a value from the parameter. And here what I'll do is sum plus or equal to, and I'll say here as value dot amount. Okay, and then let's log the sum here. Okay, at the end. So this is the same thing. Instead of writing this big line of for loop, I'm just minimizing with the for each method. Okay, that's the only change we have here. Okay, and let's run it again, and it should give us the same value earlier. Okay, now you see we got 290 as the value again. So this is how the second way we works. Okay, so let's see the third way of doing, which is the last way, which is a very shortened thing. Okay, which is like one liner or two liner, you can say. Okay, so let's see that. Yes, so the third way we're going to use the reduce method. Reduce is a array method. Okay, in JavaScript. So let's see how exactly we can use it. Okay, so first thing I'll say, let sum equal to new underscore users dot reduce method. Okay, this is how we can use it. And this also have the callback function. Okay, so let's create a callback function, and it will have two values. Okay, first thing, the accumulator. Okay, so I don't know, I'm writing spellings wrong, but ACC I'll say accumulator, then we'll have a value. Okay, so this is how it will look. Okay, now what we will have here is the callback function. Let's give it here, and then after the callback ends, now there will have a initial value. Okay, so what will be the initial value will be? So the sum will know that initial value is 0, so let's provide the value as 0 here. Okay, that's the initial value for the sum. And then here we have to write a return, and I'll say ACC plus or equal to value dot amount. Okay, amount this way. And if I just print the sum, we should be able to get the sum value. Let's see, node 38, and now you see we are getting 290 value. So this is how simple it is with the reducer. Okay, so it's have accumulator, it has value, and value is nothing but all the values in the array of object. And here accumulator, what it does is it does the same thing how we are doing it here. Okay, the sum, and it will hold the value whatever previous value is there again and again, and the initial value will be 0. Okay, if initial value I have changed, let's say 10, it should give us the output as 300. Let's see that, node 38. Now you see we got 300. Okay, so this is the initial value we'll have. Okay, so this is how we can get the sum of like array of object inside that amount. This is how we can get the sum of it. Okay, using these different ways. Yes. So these are the use cases we have. Like these are the very useful use cases, I can say, which you might going to use in future with array and array of objects, which is very important. So what I will recommend is take the source code and practice it, and then you can understand it better how exactly it's happening. Okay. So in later on, if you are coming across this kind of scenario, you can prefer this video, or you will remember once you practice it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that you can get it with this video. So yes, so this is about the all the use cases and the array methods. The new array methods we saw is sort and the reducer. Okay, the other things we already saw in the few videos back. Okay, so yes, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.